we saw another absolute cracker, and GWS building on this incredible record at Cardinia Park.
Well, one of these sides was staring down the barrel of 4 losses in a row, and the Giants got out to a 5-goal lead, but then the Cats hit them back just before three-quarter time, and you expected the Cats to roll over the top of them. Stengel kicked a couple, then there was that close touch behind that we're looking at the moment, and Toby Greene, how many times have we seen him in pressure moments get the ball 40 metres out? To be able to do that, the skill level to be able to execute that under pressure, and then you thought the amount of inside 50, something like 24-5 in the last quarter, and Aaliyah had 2 huge moments. Sam Taylor was good. They're the best defensive unit in the competition, but when you can do that and you've got players that can do that, you are never out of a contest and never out of the premiership equation. Well done to the Giants.
Well done to the Giants for holding on. What a win it is in the context of their season, but the fallout for Geelong will be significant. They can't win the premiership from here after losing 4 in a row, and one of the reasons why is because they butchered it late. The amount of opportunities they had, you mentioned 24 entries. He just needs that one-on-one, Jeremy Cameron. That's one of the best forwards in the game, but you've put it to the wrong side of him. The amount of times, 24 entries for 1 mark inside forward 50, that's got to go there or there from a very good player who's good homes, but he absolutely butchers it and sprays it out. We're going here with Dempsey. That's got to be there. That's just what a forward wants. Just give them a shot. Instead, he goes to a 2-on-1, short turnover ball. Chris Scott spoke about this. He can run, he can take the grass, and you've got the whole forward 50 open, so they completely lost composure. Blixarv's kicks on his left foot more than any player needs to in their history of the game. Kick it on your preferred foot. They coughed up a golden opportunity last night, the Cats.
Have you genuinely ruled Geelong out?
They can't win the premiership from here. Their midfield is so thin, TJ. They were destroyed in there once again. They've lost 4 in a row. They've lost their last 2 at home. It's not what you would think from a premiership side.
Oh, gee, I'll tell you what, some old racing aficionados, Foxy, would remember the 82 Cox Plate. Kingston Town can't win from here.
Bill Collins' famous call, yeah.
Mm.
Lockie Whitfield had a couple of heavy hits by Geelong. This was in the second quarter with Jai Clark coming across him. But the more serious one from a Mark Blitzarv's perspective was this one in the last quarter where he does clearly make contact with him.
He's in trouble, Damo.
He's in big trouble. It's, again, different competition, different game, but it's a parallel to a point. Now, this is the impact that we assume it had from that particular moment. So when you come off the ground looking like that, Mark Blitzarv does clearly have a case to answer from the match review office, and we'll see what that actually results in. It could be 1, maybe 2, TJ.
Alrighty. Now, Chris Scott, how was he afterwards?
Yeah, he was unsure. I mean, they've got problems, the Cats, and high on the list of those problems is the midfield.
We got comprehensively beaten for field position around the stoppages early, and the centre bounces were a problem. There were some concerning things beyond even the overall look of the game. Like, they just took too many contested marks where it was, you know, with the greatest of respect, it wasn't great method. It was kick it long, and they just took back marks. It's like that's not a great sign. We need to fix that bit for sure.
But when you can build on a record like they've built on last night, it is quite remarkable.
A huge performance, TJ, it must be said, because they came with a rush. We've had a look at their entries and the overwhelming swarm of stats in Geelong's favour. The crowd got involved. It was a special day for Hawkins, but the Giants hold on, and they held up really well defensively and get a 4-point win to resurrect their season off the back of Toby Greene, their inspirational captain. I thought it was just a great performance. And Brownie, this man in the last fortnight is back to his best.
He has been. So he's been, I wouldn't say out of form, he just hasn't been dominating the way we expect Toby Greene to. He kicks his goal, and they had a really good second quarter where they kicked 6 goals, 3, and then put themselves in the frame. They started the third quarter well, but this guy, everything he touched turned to gold. Have a look at that. That is just genuine highlight stuff from Toby Greene. And then when it counted most, and he's done this, I think it's very similar to the one he kicked against Sydney a few seasons ago, to kick the winner when you need him, because it was 38 inside 50s to 16 after half-time, so they had to take their chances when they did, and you know Toby's going to do that.
What a player Tom Hawkins has been for the Geelong Football Club, and yes, he's not in the best form at the moment, but had some nice moments last night. He scored a couple of goals and had his 12 disposals. Would have been lovely for him to get one late in the game, when they just, as Kane showed, just bombed the ball inside 50 a fair bit. But what a wonderful career he's had. Breaks the record hold at Geelong, and it was a slow start to his career, but once he's got going, what an ornament he's been to the game.
Did you see enough yesterday to think that there's still a major role?
Yeah, I did. I thought he was really good. Now, they'll manage him. He's fresh off a break, so he's clearly going to be better. But he had Taylor, there's the record here. What about those names? What about all the names that have played for some of the champions?
You should have put Sammy on. Sam Newman would have just been there just under Jimmy, wouldn't he?
Amazing, and it was good scenes. They had Corey Enright and Stevie J in the crowd, as you saw. Joel Sell was there on the ground before the game. Bomber Thompson was there. It was amazing. Just unfortunate sometimes fairy tales don't happen in football.
There were layers of merit to the GWS win. One of those was the injury suffered by Stephen Canelio during the game and his unavailability after it happened. And you can tell he did something pretty serious the way he just reacted to it. It was a shoulder. Now, he played through until half-time when it just got the better of him and he had to unfortunately be taken out of the game. The Geelong players were clearly aware of this and they did rough him up, so to speak, in that fair, all is fair in love and war component. But you know that he's really sore and hurting if he's subbing himself or allowing himself to be subbed out. That's how serious it was. So all credit to the Giants for covering him.
Absolutely, and Aaliyah late. We mentioned this off the top. The fact that he was able to take those 2 marks late and then they sing the song. And have a look at him here. He was the last one out, taking photos, signing it, and they're all waiting for him. He eventually goes in. They said they're all waiting for him, so out there just enjoying football, signing the autographs. Well done to that young man.
Just on Aaliyah, you see him, everyone wanted a piece of him. He took selfies with everyone who wanted it, but at Gather Round, I've been holding on to this vision or these still shots for a while. There was a man who was searching for people to ask him for a photo, and he's on this panel. Look at him. I've never seen so many people so disinterested, yet he was over along the fence. Anybody, would anybody like a photo? And I've held on to this in my pocket for a long time. Look, have you ever seen a more lost puppy dog sort of look there? I think I was further along.
I think they felt bad for you in the end.
Well, I was the only one left because you lot scampered to your Winnebagos and I was out there sort of speaking with our audience.
Very good, Lord.
It's just so random.
I was snapping away. I thought I'll use this on a rainy day sometime.
It's a very tenuous link, but I like it.
Toby Greene was the best player on the ground. Holmes was terrific. He had 32 for Geelong. Henry took 6 intercept marks. Thought he was great. And Briggs just monstered poor old Conway in the ruck. He had 8 clearances.
Okay.